Hey guys, what's up everyone? Welcome or welcome back again to another video tutorial from the Apex Predator Billiards Training Club. My name is Apex Selenio, your aspiring professional pool player and pool instructor straight out of the small island of Jamaica. Now in today's video tutorial, we're going to be continuing our progress and analysis of my game, and by extension finding any weaknesses or any strengths in my game that I can either improve on, make stronger, or eliminate from my game, of course. Now, of course, we're going to be looking at a 10-ball rack between myself and a new face here on the channel. We're going to jump right into the rack and see what we can learn, what we can fix, and what we can improve. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button below and turn on your post notification bell to be notified daily and weekly on these videos. Alright guys, as you can see there, we have started off with a rather interesting break there. One ball was deposited by Barrington Barry Barnes. Played a fine one bank shot there on the one. Cue ball was out of control, not sure if he intended to play position for the two. It was a little quick with his decision, and immediately there and then you'll see where that's one thing that I have been working on, and I hope that that is something that you also have been working on. It sometimes requires us, sometimes persons are entertained by players playing fast, but if you play fast and you play loose without any form of precision, then it can sometimes make you or your game look a little bit less. It's sometimes good to take a few extra seconds and plan out your strategy, as you're seeing me demonstrate there on screen. It doesn't matter who I'm playing, I'm always going to take the time to plan out exactly my angles, my route, my position in order to be successful here. Now, as you can see, indicated that I wanted this particular angle here on the 3. I potted the 2 and land here perfectly. Now again, I'm always thinking 3 balls ahead. I'm always thinking 3 balls ahead in terms of how to get back onto the next ball here. Now I simply draw a shot here. I need to leave myself with an angle here on the 4, because the 5 I'm not sure if it goes into the side, but you can see just a little tap there on the table. I've given myself a bit too much angles. It's possible that the 5 could have gone into the side, but the angle that I have would have led me up table to come back down for the 7. Now I've gotten a bit too much angle here, and now I have to change my plan of action in terms of approaching the rack. Now I could have perhaps stun draw. Just looking back at the rack here, I could have probably soft stun draw and hold the angle for the 5. I tried to maybe draw behind it, because then before playing the 4 ball, I saw an opportunity. I saw a little cluster with the 7 and the 8 where I can actually edge off the 5 here and hide behind the 7 and the 8 for a perfect defense, which brings up the topic of defensive shot. I've been working a lot on my defensive game, having watching the pros for so many years. I'm beginning to understand how powerful defense can be here. Now, I've failed here on this defense. I got a little bit lucky in terms of how the shot set up here. Very disappointing there. Should have played that shot a little bit thinner, but I was trying to get a little bit too cute to hook him behind the 7 there. Again, the decision made by my opponents are putting me in certain predicaments where I have to learn these things. You're going to play with a variety of opponents that they don't play the game with precision. Not saying that Triple B is not playing the game with precision, but he's moving quite quickly around the table. There's not much time. I think he's taking like seconds, less than 5 seconds to make a decision. And that is something that I've eliminated from my game. And I hope that also you can move fast, but move precise as well. Or I should say, you can play fast, but you can also play precise. The pros, they play very precise and they play quite quickly, but there's a lot of experience that comes with you playing quickly. You must be able to have knowledge on certain things so that your brain can deliver in a quick time frame. But if you're just going to be rushing the game for the purpose of quickly to finish the rack, or just the purpose of entertaining the crowd, that's going to be a huge impact on your game. And also, whenever you make mistakes, it's good to just take a second or two to observe why you miss, observe the path of the cue ball. Certain things like that will add value to your game for upcoming matches there. Now, I kind of rushed that shot a little bit on the 5. Was a little bit anxious, a little bit disappointed that Barry Barrington Barnes had missed the 5 and left me in that awkward position, but went after that 5. And that brings up another point when it comes to aiming as well. I have been struggling with just aiming towards the pocket as opposed to aiming towards the back of the pocket. Long ago, a professional player told me that you need to focus more when you're putting at the center of the pocket as opposed to the back of the pocket, which could have been the reason why I had missed that shot there. Now, once again, another opportunity to play a defensive shot never eludes me. Quickly, Barrington Barnes is down without a second. He just went down, kick widely at the shot, and miss. And as I said, guys, kicking is something that I've been working on in my game for the better half of 6 to 7 years. But now I'm transcending into the aspect of pool, where I'm studying the pros. They're kicking with intent, they're kicking with purpose, and you're kicking with the intent of resafing their opponent. This is a very difficult aspect of the game that needs a lot of attention. Also, I've been working a lot on my defensive game, but I must warn you guys that sometimes you can invest yourself and your time too much into the defensive part of the game that you forget that the most valuable currency in pool is to be able to put the balls in the pocket. Now, the aim of my videos, of course, is to highlight these little things that I find in my game, and hopefully maybe you find it in your game. We can work together in removing them. As I'm finishing this rack here, after a nice safety and a poor kick shot there by Triple B, here we are just highlighting some of the important tips that needs to be added to our game in order for us to improve. Remember, the aim and objective of learning is to add these things that we're learning from past experiences to our game there. All right, one too many mistakes by Barry Barnes there, causing Apex Elenio to capture that rack. It wasn't the best rack that I've ever played, but there were some valuable things in that rack that I can take from and that you can take from to add to your game as well. Now we're going to be jumping into the second rack here, where again, as I said, many things quite a few things went right, but also a few things that are still in my game that I need to get rid of. And most of the times, there are several factors that could influence the way how we play. I'm actually playing in a club, a bar. There's lots of noise, lots of distractions, lots of people talking. The environment is not as solace as you would like, where you can have full focus. Not making any excuses for my mistakes, but it's definitely a factor to consider. As we continue to improve and grow, this is something that we need to address as well. All right. Also remember that the level players that you're playing with will cause you to do certain things. Certain players will push you to the limit. Other players will not challenge you as much as you'd like to be challenged. I do apologize for that. The camera kind of fell down. We're back at it again here. Do apologize for that. Break off there. I've been struggling with my break shot, as I mentioned to you in previous tutorials. I've been struggling with my break shot a lot, and I definitely need to fix that. I'm going to talk about the break shot in my other upload. Let's continue with the rack here. Again, big mistake there. Because I have a combination on the 1-3, I didn't take enough time to plan it, and there you can see rushing the shot too much. These are little things that, as I said, when we talk about playing fast, we're not talking about playing under 5 seconds. We're talking about playing We're talking about playing within a respectable time frame. Look at this very easy combination, and funny enough that ST had missed that shot. Now you may be wondering, how could he or how could I possibly miss that combination? We're playing in an environment where music is playing, many things. You notice how fast I'm moving around the table? This is not my normal speed. And like I said, sometimes you play, that's a great shot by the way there by Apex Elenio. I actually intended to just play the 1-3 combo and leave the 1 to play position for the 2. That's a little bit clustered up here on the 10 ball. Now obviously, potting the 1 there was not my intent. I got a little bit fortunate in terms of this here. And it so happens that the 2 ball is wired to the 10. And a combination. Now, I do not play the combination unless I'm in an event where I have to play a combination on the 10 and that is allowed. I generally do not play combinations because I'm more fascinated with trying to learn how to run the rack. I tell my opponents all the time that I do not play early combos. If it's a tournament, that's fine, but as long as I'm in practice or I'm just having fun with my friends as I'm doing here, I always tend to want to try to run the rack out here. Alright, here again, and beautiful defensive shot is coming up here. Nicely done here, just using a bit of check sides there, locking up St. Clair Swaby behind the 10 there, and that's a beautiful safety shot there. Again, I put all my opponents, whether they be strong opponents or they may be medium level opponents, I use this to my advantage. This is something that I've been adding to my game much because a lot of my opponents that are currently within my circle at this point, they are not big on the whole aspect of kicking and defense. These guys, their most valuable currency, as I said before, is to pot the ball. Once I use this technique here to strangle my opponent. And like I said, I've been watching the pros, I've been learning from them, I've been trying to emulate and repeat what the pros do, thinking 3 balls ahead, planning out my strategy. These are a lot of things that I've been doing in my game here. And nothing's going to change. You know, one of the things that I really want to do is to consistently do the things that I'm doing now. Taking a few extra, taking about 20 seconds or so is still moving at a reasonable time frame. Sometimes I do take a bit of time. Sometimes I do rush my shots. I find for me as a player that as I play the rack, once I rush the shot or once I play too fast, I become very indecisive and in between decisions. For example, this shot here on the 5 that I'm going to be trying to pot here. To get back on the 6, I have to get to that area. Now, I know the path that I need to take. I'm just double checking exactly what diamond reference I would like to come towards. The 7 ball looks a little bit big, so I'm going to have to try to avoid that 7. But still, as you see me go down in the shot here, I was not fully committed to the shot. I was indecisive. I think I may have added a bit too much spin, played the shot too hard. It came towards the diamond, obviously, with the incorrect speed. Brushing the 7, as I told you, was playing a little bit big and then kind of messed up everything. I fluked the shot. Obviously, my opponent is not going to take that shot. He's going to want to give this shot to me here. And so I'm going to have to try to find some sort of amicable solution here. Now, here is where sometimes the speed, my thought process slows down because I tend to get a little bit creative at times because I'm trying to emulate the levels of the pros. Of course, I'm not a professional. I'm just aspiring to be one. I definitely have a good game. I have some knowledge on the game. There's a lot of things that I still have to learn about the game, which is why I'm doing my videos to learn. I can learn from you, you can learn from me. These are things that I'm trying to get into my game here. Here, I was trying to look to see if I could edge off the 6, but there is no guaranteed safety here. You know, the edging of the 6 won't work, so I'm just gonna have to go for the offensive shot here, the offensive kick. And I'm pretty confident in my kick systems, in my kick shots. I've made a lot of kick shots very similar to this one. Of course, just one rail kick on the 6 here. If I make it, I get a good look on the 7 if I don't scratch. Hopefully, let's see what comes out of this kick here. Measured up my kick nicely here, and good full hit there on the 6. Okay, landed, very fortunate here, and my opponent gave me back the shot, kicked, and now the 6 is not in a puttable position here for ST. Now, not sure what he's trying to do. I'm not sure if he can squeeze the cue ball past the 6. He looks to be going for the shot though. Let's have a look here. Alright, well, he was actually going for the shot, and oh dear, missed the 6 either ways. Just came around just to have a look. Obviously, I know I was not going to take the shot, so I've offered back that position back to him there. Of course, you all know what 10 ball is. If you fluke a shot, then your opponent has the option to take the shot or to give you back the shot here. Again, as I said, the players around me, they are lacking in many things. I'm not here to highlight their incompetence or to highlight the things that they're doing wrong. My aim here is to learn from their mistakes so that it doesn't creep into my game here. They have to know what they need to work on. I have to know what I have to work on. I find sometimes that I get too invested in helping them to learn that I sometimes forget that I need to focus on my game here. Now, again, another defensive shot is going to come up. This is something that I've been working on also for the better half of 2 years. This containing shot. I know I won't be able to get a full snooker, but if I can get the 7 down towards the short rail, then it will leave my opponent a tough shot here. And sometimes that's all you need, just to leave your opponent with a tough pot. Now, the 7 ball bounce off the short rail a bit too much. It still gave my opponent here a potable look on the 7. It's still a tough shot because the cue ball is going to be a little bit wild. Just to get position on the 8, you may have to vie for a little bit of luck here. Not sure what ST is doing. He's kind of bridging over the 9, which makes the shot a little bit tougher. He seems to be going for the pot. Not sure if he's applying spin. I'm not sure what he's doing, or he's going for the bank, or he could be going for the bank. The bank was not available, so I'm not sure what he was looking at there. I'm not sure what he was doing, but I mean, he made a complete mess of this rock here. We've both made a complete mess of the rock, but like I said, there's some little things in this rock here that I definitely want to take notes of. And that's pretty much it, guys. Just sometimes you have to learn from your own mistakes, learn from your opponent's mistakes. In a previous interview by Efren Batares, I'm not sure where that video is. I'm hoping that I could find it, but I'm not sure where it is. Efren said that when he was playing in the pubs in the Philippines, he learned a lot by watching the younger players. He would see they play certain shots and he would try to replicate it, and then he would decide which one is makeable and which one is not, which one is viable, which one is not. Like I said, guys, we just learn from our own mistakes and just improve. Alright, thank you so much for just watching this little tutorial here, this little lesson. I'm not sure what value you got from it, but if you have gotten any value, please leave a like and leave a comment. Alright, I'll see you in the next upload. I have some great videos coming up, guys, so stay tuned. I'm just giving it some time to just run through these little break and runs that I have stored on my device here. So until then, take care. Bye bye.